shed.
Okay, Owen, whenever you're ready, I'm rolling. Sun's coming out.
So, Ulysses, stately, plump Buck Mulligan, came from the stairhead, bearing a bowl of lather in which a mirror and a razor lay crossed. A yellow dressing gown ungirdled was sustained gently behind him on the mild morning air. He held the bowl aloft and intoned, "In troible ad aldare Dei." Halted, he peered down the dark, winding stairs and called out coarsely, "Come up, Kinch! Come up, you fearful Jesuit!" Solemnly, he came forward and mounted the gun rest. He faced about and blessed gravely thrice the tower, surrounding the country and the awakening mountains. Then, catching sight of Stephen Dedalus, he bent towards him and made rapid crosses in the air, gurgling in his throat and shaking his head. Stephen Dedalus, displeased and sleepy, leaned his arms on top of the staircase and looked coldly at the shaking, gurgling face that blessed him, equine in its length, and at the light, untonsured hair, grained and hued like pale oak. Buck Mulligan peeped an instant under the mirror and then covered the bowl smartly. "Back to barracks," he said sternly. He added in a preacher's tone, "For this, so dearly beloved, the genuine Christine, body and soul and blood and ounds. Slow music, please. Shut your eyes, gents. One moment, a little trouble with all those white corpuscles. Silence all." He peered sideways up and gave us a long, low whistle of call.
La alegre voz de Buck Mulligan continuó. "Mi nombre también es absurdo. Malachi Mulligan, 2 dáctilos, pero tiene un son helénico, ¿no? Saltarín y solar como el mismísimo macho cabrío. Debemos ir a Atenas. ¿Vienes si consigo que la tía suelte 20 pavos?" Dejó a un lado la brocha y riendo de placer gritó, "¿Vendrá este?" El gesticulante jesuita, interrumpiéndose, empezó a afeitarse con cuidado. "Dime, Mulligan", dijo Stephen suavemente. "¿Qué, cariño mío? ¿Cuánto tiempo se va a quedar Heinz en esta torre?" Buck Mulligan enseñó una mejilla afeitada.
"Herääminen meille viime yönä. Ei se mitään. Olen tulossa", hän sanoi kääntyen. "Minun tähteni ja meidän kaikkien. Hänen päänsä taas palannut. Sanoi hänen teidän symbolin taidetta. Hän sanoo, se on erittäin taitava. Kosketa häntä sinä. Minä tarkoitan. Saan maksanut tämän aamun", hän sanoi. "Kuinka paljon? 4 mölliä. Jos haluat", hän sanoi. 4 paistaa hallitsijat, itki ilosta. Meidän täytyy loistavan humalassa hämmästyttää. 4 kaikki voipa hallitsijat. Hän paiskasi kätensä ylös. Alas kiviportailla laulaminen eri alkopituudella.
Okay, ballet Tommy, very good. He finished off with the cracked mirror of the servant, okay? So we take Kenneth now from Sweden. He stopped at the piece about the symbol of Irish art is the cracked looking glass of the servant. Now take your time until you find a catch up from where he was, right?
Som den välfödda rösten bredvid honom nyss hade hälsat som en stor öm moder. Kretsen av bukten och horisonten inneslöt en mattgrön flytande massa. En skål av vitt porslin hade stått bredvid hennes dödsbädd och inneslutit en gröna sega galla som hon hade slitit upp ur sin sönderfallande lever i högljutt stönande kräkningar.
Go ahead.
Okej. Buck Mulligan torkade rakkniven på nytt.
"I shall die." The slit ribbons of his shirt whipping the air, he stops and hobbles round the table, with trousers down at his heels, chased by aids of Magdalen with the tailor's shears. A scared calf's face gilded with marmalade. "I don't want to be debagged. Don't you play the giddy ox with me?" Carry on?
No, carry on, yeah.
Shouts from the open window, startling evening in the quadrangle. A deaf gardener, aproned, masked with Matthew Arnold's face, pushes his mower on the sombre lawn, watching narrowly for the dancing motes of grass palms. To ourselves, new paganism, omphalos.
Okay, thanks, Colin. David, can you take over from there, all right?
I'm quite frank with you. What have you against me now? They halted, looking towards the blunt cape of Bray Head that lay on the water like the snout of a sleeping whale. Stephen freed his arm quietly. "Do you wish me to tell you?" he asked. "Yes, what is it?" Buck Mulligan answered. "I don't remember anything." He looked at Stephen's face as he spoke. A light wind passed his brow, fanning softly his fair, uncombed hair, and stirring silver points of anxiety in his eyes. Stephen, depressed by his own voice, said, "Do you remember the first day
on the green top? A cloud began to cover the sun slowly, shadowing the bay in deeper green. It lay behind him, a bowl of bitter waters. Fergus's song. I sang it alone in the house, holding down the long, dark chords. Her door was open. She wanted to hear my music. Silent with awe and pity, I went to her bedside. She was crying in her wretched bed. For those words,
Ghostly light on her tortured face, her hoarse-loud breath rattling in horror while all prayed on their knees. Her eyes on me to strike me down.
Bowl on the locker. A tall figure rose from the hammock where it had been sitting, went to the doorway and pulled open the inner doors. "Have you the key?" a voice asked. "Deslas has it," Buck Mulligan said. "Janie Mac, I'm choked," he howled without looking up from the fire. "Kinch, it's in the lock," Stephen said, coming forward. The key scraped round harshly twice, and when the heavy door had been set ajar, welcome light and bright air entered. Haines stood at the doorway, looking out. Stephen hauled his upended valise.
Sanoo, Pekop rouva sanoo rouva Shalin, Jumala lähettää tehdä yhden potin. Aivan mahdoton teksti. Hän kohti hänen puolestaan paksu siivuleipää lävistetty hänen veitsin. Se on kansanmus.
Morning world, maybe a messenger. She praised the goodness of the milk, pouring it out, crouching by a patient cow at daybreak in the lush field, a witch on her toadstool. Her wrinkled fingers quick at the squirting dugs. They lowed about her whom they knew, Jew silky cattle, silk of the kine, and poor old woman, names given her in old times. Wandering crone, lowly form of an immortal serving her conqueror, and her great gay betrayal, her common Cocaine, a messenger from the secret morning.